Sack Russell T Davies. Sack Russell T Davies. Sack Russell T Davies. Sack Russell T Davies.
It's all very well saying sack Russell T Davies, but who's going to take his place? Hello and welcome to Music and Stuff with me, Rob Lewis, and today I'm talking about the Doctor Who problem. There's a lot of people calling for Russell T Davies to be sacked as showrunner, head writer, which is a shame, because if it wasn't for Russell T Davies we wouldn't have the show that we had now. And I mean the whole body of the 20 years worth of work. He made it a success in 2005 and we can't take that away from him. Yes, the last couple of seasons haven't been great. My only real issue has been at the end of the season 2 finale with Billy Piper. Other than that, I've kind of defended him and everything, but I can't do it anymore. That's my line. It's just that regeneration at the end. It's just making a mockery of everybody, the fans and everything. So I'm not necessarily calling for him to be sacked. I think the show does need a break. I think it's going to get a break anyway, but it does need a break, and it needs to come back with some fresh eyes. But maybe not too fresh. So this is my list of potential candidates for who should take over as showrunner. These aren't in any particular order. I'm not going to lie. They're not in a particular order. So let's just go here. Let's start with Nicholas Briggs. If you don't know who Nicholas Briggs is, he's basically the voice of the Daleks, the voice of the Cybermen and other villains and monsters. But he's also is he creative producer or something to do with Big Finish Productions, which has been keeping the Doctor Who legacy going way before it came back, with stories from old Doctors and spin-off characters, Bernice Summerfield, Jago and Lightfoot, characters like that, and there's been companion stories. So Nicholas Briggs, as well as being one of the most recognisable voices on the Doctor Who show, he knows his stuff when it comes to stories as well. So I think he would be a good candidate. Next, Doug Naylor. Hear me out. Yes, most notably known for being co-creator of Red Dwarf. I mean, that alone. Yes, some of his Red Dwarf scripts have been a bit pony when he hasn't got Rob Grant with him, but the man can come up with concepts. I'm talking about being a showrunner. They're not writing every episode. I think if these guys have got a team of good writers beneath them, then to be the showrunner leading the direction that's what I'm talking about here. But Doug Naylor can certainly come up with the concepts. He can write comedy, he can write serious as well. I think Doug Naylor would be a suitable candidate. Whether he wants to or has much knowledge of Doctor Who, I don't know. Does that matter? I mean, we had Douglas Adams before. We've had a comedy Doug before. So why not? Can it be any worse? Next. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, maybe you could just help out a small channel by pressing the like button, sharing it to your friends, hit the subscribe button and the alarm notification bell so you can keep up to date with my new videos, and just generally just watching them. It all helps. I'm just a small creator just trying to find my way in this YouTube metropolis. if you really want to help out as well, there's a link to my Patreon in the description and in my About section. So again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Helen Rayner. Yeah, so she has been Doctor Who's script editor, and she's also written, I've got it written down here, she also wrote the stories Daleks in Manhattan and what was the sequel to that? Daleks in Manhattan, and I can't think what the second part of that story was called off the top of my head. And she also wrote the Sontaran Stratagem and Poison Skies story. Admittedly not the best, but she does know what she's talking about. She's also written a couple of Torchwood episodes, Ghost Machine and To the Last Man. And I didn't think they were too bad. They were lore heavy, but they were good, solid episodes, as well as writing some of Call the Midwife and Mr. Selfridge. So she knows what she's talking about. I don't know a lot about her as a person, but Helen Rayner, good candidate. Next one. It's a shame how things have turned out, but I think He Who Must Not Be Named would have been a good contender. Yeah. Him. Okay. Now we're getting into more potential serious ones here, and I'm being deadly serious when I say these. Toby Whithouse. Yeah, why not? He's written some episodes before, admittedly not the strongest episodes, but he wrote School Union, Vampires of Venice, God Complex, Town Called Mercy, Under the Lake Before the Flood, Lie of the Land. He also wrote the Torchwood episode Greeks Bearing Gifts, and he's created The Red King. Not seen that, but I've heard it's good. And the new reboot of Bergerac, as well as being the guy behind No Angels, The Game, and Being Human. I mean, Being Human was fantastic. As if you've seen my video, who I think should take over from, who should be the next Doctor, Aidan Turner was top of my list, and Leonora Critchlow was in that list, and Russell Tovey, only reason he's not on that list is because he's doing the War Between the Land and the Sea. So I think the three main cast from Being Human are all possible contenders for the next Doctor. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Toby Whithouse knows what he's talking about, knows how to write TV, possible contender. Mark Gatiss. Yep, he's written for Doctor Who before. He wrote The Unquiet Dead, Idiot's Lantern, Victory of the Daleks, Night Terrors, Cold War, Robot of Sherwood, Sleep No More, Empress of Mars. Admittedly, again, not the best episodes, but I think this is where we're at. If you're going to get someone that's written for Doctor Who before, we've kind of exhausted some of the best ones. But again, I'm not saying Mark Gatiss should be writing every single episode. I'm saying potentially be showrunner. So they're steering the ship. He also wrote An Adventure in Space and Time. You know, the sort of mini TV movie about William Hartnell and how Doctor Who got started in the first place. And that was fantastic. As well as being a co-writer on Sherlock and League of Gentlemen. He also wrote Probe, or had something to do with Probe. I didn't look too deep into it. And Probe was like a mini-series in the wilderness years, like an unofficial Doctor Who kind of spin-off. He's got potential. He's not my favourite Doctor Who writer, but I think as a showrunner, Mark Gatiss could be very good. And while we're talking about League of Gentlemen, what about these guys? Steve Pemberton and Rhys Shearsmith. Again, they wrote League of Gentlemen with Mark Gatiss. They did Psychoville and Inside Number 9. If you've seen Inside Number 9, you know how bloody good it is, how clever it is. Imagine those guys writing Doctor Who. They've been in it, both of them. They've both been in Doctor Who. Imagine them actually being showrunners. What those minds can come up with. Or maybe collaboration, Steve Pemberton, Rhys Shearsmith and Mark Gatiss. Imagine the League of Gentlemen crew behind Doctor Who. It could be worse. It's been worse. So yeah, Steve Pemberton, Rhys Shearsmith. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Again, these aren't in a particular order. Maybe a bit, but not really. DW Fan 91. Massive fan of DW Fan 91. Love his take. And I've written notes here, and all I put was, he just gets it. DW Fan 91. Do you fancy the job? Could you do it? Could you head up Doctor Who? Would it take the fun out of it if you were in charge of it? I don't know. But yeah, DW Fan 91. And while we're on that, if you don't know who DW Fan 91 is, check him out on YouTube. He's a YouTuber, does really good videos on Doctor Who. He did a 12-hour video with a brief explanation of Doctor Who. It's fantastic. It's really good. Watch that over a period of a few days. I don't know how long that took to upload. I hope you got good internet. But while we're talking about DW Fan 91, another YouTuber, I think, Mr. TARDIS could be good. He's already in the industry. I don't know exactly what he does. He's something to do with the TV industry. But he put a video out a little while ago with a sort of brief concept of what the series should do next. And I thought it was really good. And he suggested that the series is grounded on Earth when they get a new Doctor, to try and claw back some of the money and everything, and just kind of just ground it for a bit and just let it find its feet again. But to set it in London in 1888. And I really, really loved that concept. So Mr. TARDIS, if you're interested, yeah, I think you'd be a good showrunner. Again, I don't know what your actual writing's like, but there you go. Oh, not many left now. Done. Charlie Brooker. The man behind Black Mirror. Black Mirror is almost always bloody fantastic. Really clever. So the guy can come up with concepts. I don't know how many other people help write the show, but again, that's what I'm talking about, being showrunner, you know, not writing every script. But he's also a very funny man. He'd be great doing interviews and stuff. But yeah, I think Charlie Brooker, if he wants to do it, I don't know how much he gets paid from Netflix for Black Mirror, but I'm sure he could do both. Yeah, why not? Charlie Brooker. Oh, done, Toby Whithouse. Okay, not many left now. Now this is like a team now. Matthew Graham, Ashley Farrow and Tony Jordan. If you don't know who they are, they did Hustle and Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes. I don't think they've done much since Ashes to Ashes, and that was a few years ago. Imagine those three brains behind Doctor Who. I'm sure they could do it. They're quite high on my list. Yeah, Matthew Graham, Ashley Farrow and Tony Jordan. They can come up with the concepts and stuff. I don't know how much sci-fi they're into, but hey, we are where we are. And finally, this is my favourite who I'd like to take over from Russell T Davies. Again, Stephen Moffat. Come back, Moff. But just focus on Doctor Who. Don't do Sherlock at the same time and Tintin and stuff. Just focus on Doctor Who. Come back. What you brought to the show was fantastic. You might not have always got it right, but it was so good. those 6 years that Stephen Moffat was in charge of Doctor Who were fantastic. You had the 11th Doctor, the 12th Doctor, the 50th anniversary, just the concepts, the crack in the wall, the Pandorica, Silence. The guy invented the Weeping Angels. He did obviously Doctor Who, he's done Sherlock, I've got a list here, he did the Tintin movie, Jekyll, Douglas is cancelled, Press Gang, which I loved as a kid, Press Gang, Coupling, Chalk, so he can write comedy. He doesn't have to prove that he can write Doctor Who, he's done it. And he did it recently with Joy to the World and Boom, when he came back for those. So maybe he's got a taste for it again. That's my list. Let me know who you think could and should take over from Russell T Davies, if it's going that way, which it may well do. Let me know in the comments what you think of my suggestions and who else you would suggest. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. What it is I need is like a 20-second clip that I can put at the end of each video. You know how other YouTubers do it, whether I have at the end of a video like 4 things on the screen, it's, you know, like and subscribe, that kind of stuff. I just need something like that, but I don't know what to put.